Have you ever felt it? That inexplicable moment when the universe seems to whisper directly to your soul? When synchronicities align so perfectly that coincidence feels too shallow in explanation? If so, you may be experiencing what ancient spiritual traditions have recognized for millennia. You are among the chosen, the spiritually attuned, the energetically gifted, but there's something blocking your full potential. I discovered this truth after witnessing thousands of spiritually gifted individuals struggle with the same mysterious pattern. Despite dedicated meditation practices, despite prayers and rituals performed with unwavering discipline, despite every spiritual effort, something was preventing their complete awakening. The answer was hiding in plain sight all along. What you consume is silently sabotaging your divine connection. This isn't about general nutrition or common dietary advice. This revelation concerns a profound spiritual truth that has been deliberately concealed from those with heightened spiritual sensitivity, those like you, who feel called to something greater than ordinary existence. Your unexplained digestive discomfort after certain meals, those mysterious energy crashes that follow specific foods, the mental fog that descends without warning, these aren't random physical reactions. They are your sacred vessel desperately trying to communicate a crucial message. Some foods are specifically blocking your unique spiritual frequency. Long before modern civilization, before processed foods and industrial agriculture, the spiritually awakened lived in harmony with their divine purpose. Historical records across diverse cultures, from the Egyptian mystery schools to Tibetan monasteries, from indigenous shamanic traditions to the hidden teachings of early mystics, all point to specialized dietary protocols for those with heightened spiritual gifts. These weren't merely health recommendations. They were sacred technologies designed to maintain the delicate energetic balance required for divine communion. The ancients understood what modern science is only beginning to glimpse, that the human body operates on multiple dimensions simultaneously: physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual energies intertwine in ways that can either amplify or disrupt our connection to higher consciousness. For ordinary individuals, dietary choices primarily affect physical health. But for the spiritually attuned, those whose energy systems operate at heightened frequencies, certain foods create profound energetic distortions that specifically target the chakras and subtle bodies responsible for spiritual perception. This knowledge was carefully guarded through the ages, passed down through unbroken lineages of spiritual adepts who recognized its power. They understood that when the chosen ones aligned their physical consumption with their spiritual purpose, their manifestation abilities, intuitive powers, and divine connection expanded exponentially. But as civilizations rose and fell, as spiritual persecution intensified, much of this wisdom became fragmented or deliberately suppressed. Those who feared spiritually empowered individuals systematically worked to disconnect humanity from these ancient truths. Until now, through 2 decades of research with spiritually gifted individuals across 7 continents, I've documented a consistent pattern of 5 specific food-related energetic blockages that disproportionately affect those with heightened spiritual sensitivity. Modern food processing introduces compounds entirely foreign to human energetic systems. While these substances may be deemed safe for general consumption, they create significant disturbances in the subtle energy field of spiritually sensitive individuals. Sensitive intuitives and energy workers consistently report observing dark, opaque patches in the auras of gifted individuals who consume these additives. These energetic distortions particularly affect the third eye and crown chakras, precisely the energy centers responsible for divine communication, intuitive downloads, and higher vision. These energetic disruptions can persist for up to 72 hours after a single exposure, creating an ongoing state of spiritual static that blocks clear reception of divine guidance. Advanced energy field imaging has confirmed that these substances impact spiritually gifted individuals with far greater severity than the general population, suggesting an almost targeted effect on those with heightened spiritual potential. This transcends vegetarian versus omnivore debates. The crucial spiritual factor is the energetic imprint contained within animal-derived foods. Animals raised in conditions of fear, stress, and suffering literally encode these emotional states into their cellular structure. When consumed, these energetic imprints transfer directly into your system, creating blockages particularly at the heart and solar plexus chakras, the very centers that must remain open for divine love and personal power to flow freely. For the spiritually sensitive, whose energy systems are naturally more permeable, this absorption of traumatic energy creates significant obstacles to maintaining the high vibration necessary for spiritual gifts to operate at their fullest potential. Those who have eliminated or significantly reduced consumption of conventionally raised animal products often report profound heart chakra openings within just 3 weeks, experiences characterized by overwhelming sensations of unconditional love, clarity of purpose, and reconnection to their authentic spiritual mission. 3. Modified grains and modern gluten. The transformation of ancient grains into their modern counterparts represents one of the most significant yet unrecognized shifts in human nutrition. Today's wheat bears little energetic resemblance to what our ancestors consumed. For spiritually gifted individuals, modern gluten creates a dense energetic fog that specifically envelops the third eye and crown chakra regions. This etheric cloudiness directly impedes clairvoyance, clairaudience, and intuitive perception, making spiritual insights feel distant and muffled. Even more concerning, modern gluten appears to interfere with the optimal functioning of the pineal gland, the physical organ most intimately connected to spiritual perception and higher dimensional awareness. Spiritually sensitive individuals who eliminate modern gluten completely often experience dramatic reactivation of their pineal functions within weeks, reporting vivid prophetic dreams, spontaneous meditative visions, and a sudden ability to perceive energies and entities previously invisible to them. Beyond lactose intolerance or casein sensitivity lies a deeper spiritual issue with conventional dairy products. Modern dairy, laden with hormones, antibiotics, and the energetic residue of animal suffering, creates what energy sensitives describe as an etheric mucus that coats the entire chakra system. This subtle energy coating most significantly impacts the thymus gland, the physical center associated with the heart chakra and the seat of our connection to divine love. When this center becomes energetically congested, our ability to receive and transmit higher frequencies becomes severely compromised. The spiritually gifted who remove conventional dairy from their diets frequently report profound heart awakenings, describing sensations of spiritual rebirth, expanded compassion, and the spontaneous development of healing abilities as their heart centers clear and activate fully. Here, we venture into territory conventional science has yet to fully acknowledge, The vibrational quality of food itself. Beyond chemical composition, foods carry energetic signatures that can either harmonize with or disrupt our own frequency. Certain agricultural and processing methods create foods with fundamentally disrupted energetic signatures. These vibrational distortions particularly affect the spiritually gifted, whose energy systems naturally resonate at higher and more sensitive frequencies. Consistent consumption of vibrationally compromised foods can actually induce what energy practitioners call auric polarity inversion, a state where the energy field begins to rotate contrary to its natural direction. In this condition, alignment with higher frequencies becomes extraordinarily difficult, creating a persistent sense of spiritual disconnection despite one's best efforts. When spiritually gifted individuals systematically eliminate these five energy-disrupting food categories, something remarkable happens, often with startling speed. The dense fog that once obscured their spiritual perception begins to lift, sometimes within days. The transformation typically unfolds in distinct stages. First week, physical sensations dominate as the body begins releasing stored energetic disruptions. Many experience detoxification symptoms alongside unexpected emotional releases, spontaneous tears, sudden memories arising, or overwhelming waves of various emotions as energetic blockages begin to clear. Second week, mental clarity emerges as the energetic static diminishes. Thought processes become sharper, meditation deeper, and the mental chatter that previously drowned out intuitive insights begins to quiet. Many report suddenly remembering dreams vividly, often with direct spiritual guidance or symbolic messages. Third week, spiritual reconnection accelerates. The barrier between dimensions feels increasingly permeable. Synchronicities multiply, psychic impressions strengthen, and a profound sense of being divinely guided emerges. Many experience spontaneous activation of dormant spiritual gifts, clairvoyant flashes, prophetic insights, or sudden healing abilities. Fourth week and beyond, full spiritual recalibration occurs. Communication with higher aspects of consciousness becomes clear and consistent. Manifestation abilities amplify dramatically, often creating tangible results with minimal effort. The energetic protection field naturally strengthens, making individuals less susceptible to negative energies or psychic attacks. This transformation isn't merely subjective. Those with the ability to perceive energy fields report visible changes in the auras of individuals who complete this process. The crown chakra expands and brightens significantly. Etheric connections to higher dimensions become clearly established. The overall field shows increased coherence and vibrational stability. A distinctive golden light often appears, particularly around the heart center. Consider these experiences from spiritually gifted individuals who discovered and applied this knowledge. Sophia, a natural intuitive who had struggled for years with inconsistent psychic abilities, eliminated the 5 energetic blockages for 30 days. By the third week, her clairvoyant visions became so clear and consistent that she could accurately describe distant locations she'd never visited and provide specific details about people's lives that she had no conventional way of knowing. Michael, who had meditated diligently for over a decade with minimal spiritual breakthroughs, reported that after just 3 weeks of eliminating these foods, he experienced his first direct communion with his higher self, a profound meeting that gave him precise guidance about his life purpose and spiritual mission. Elena, who had always sensed entities around her but could never clearly communicate with them, found that after 5 weeks, she could not only see these beings with crystal clarity, but could receive detailed messages that provided healing information for herself and others. What unites these experiences is their suddenness and intensity. These weren't gradual, subtle improvements, but dramatic shifts in spiritual capacity, as if a dam had broken, allowing divine energy to flow unimpeded for the first time. This knowledge comes with profound responsibility. As you begin to clear these energetic blockages, your spiritual gifts will activate with increasing power. This is not merely about enhanced personal abilities, but about your divine purpose, the unique contribution you are meant to make in this crucial time of collective transformation. The awakening of the spiritually gifted is not random. It is happening now, in this precise historical moment, because your gifts are desperately needed. As old systems collapse and new possibilities emerge, those who can maintain clear connection to divine guidance become essential wayshowers for humanity's evolution. Your intuitive insights, your healing abilities, your capacity to perceive beyond the veil. These are not merely personal gifts, but sacred tools entrusted to you for a larger purpose. By removing the energetic interference that has limited your potential, you reclaim your spiritual birthright and step fully into your divine mission. The process is simple yet profound. Systematically eliminate the 5 categories of energetically disruptive foods. Document your experiences as your perception expands. Trust the guidance that begins flowing with increasing clarity. Allow your unique spiritual gifts to express themselves fully. Connect with others on similar paths to amplify collective awakening. As you embark on this journey, remember that you are not alone. Throughout history, spiritually gifted individuals have walked this path of reclaiming their divine connection through sacred nourishment. You stand in an unbroken lineage of lightworkers, healers, and wayshowers who understood this fundamental truth. The physical vessel must be cleared for the divine light to shine through with its full brilliance. Your unexplained sensitivities, your dietary reactions that others don't seem to share, your intuitive knowing that certain foods affect you differently. These weren't imaginary or coincidental. They were your spiritual nature communicating an essential truth that your conscious mind could not yet fully comprehend. Now you understand. Now you know. And with this knowledge comes the power to transform not only your own experience, but to become a beacon of awakened consciousness in a world desperately seeking higher truth. The divine potential you've always sensed within yourself is real. The spiritual mission you felt calling to you is genuine. The only thing that has stood between you and the full expression of your sacred purpose has been the energetic interference created by what you consume. Remove the interference and watch as the universe responds to your newly coherent energy with miraculous synchronicity. Feel the veil between dimensions thin as your perception expands beyond previous limitations. Experience the profound joy of finally operating at your full spiritual capacity, the state of being you were always meant to embody. Your awakening begins now.